companies have taken a stab at building a city of the future. There's Songdo in South Korea, the Alphabet-funded Quayside project in Toronto, which was abandoned in May of last year, and both Singapore and Barcelona have tried to modernize with smart sensors. In January of 2021, Saudi Arabia announced plans for its own futuristic city called The Line. Instead of communities sprawling outward from a central location, they would be built vertically and arranged, well, in a line, hence the name. Even though the vision for the city stretches 170 kilometers, it would do away with cars entirely and instead be connected by high-speed rail that would travel the entire length in just 20 minutes. And each individual community would be largely self-contained, so that almost anything you could need, be it a school, a doctor, or a quick meal, would be only a 5-minute walk away. The government says the line will run on 100% clean energy and make extensive use of sensors and AI to manage the city's services. And all of this is supposed to be nestled in the pristine natural landscape of the Tabuk province with minimal impact on the environment. Now the Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman has revealed grandiose renders of what the city will look like to match the grandiose plans. The line is envisioned as a giant glass and mirrored wall, 170 kilometers long, 200 meters wide, and 500 meters tall. That's taller than the Empire State Building. It would have greenery stretching along the top, an open-air ventilation system to help maintain an ideal climate year-round, and it would house up to 9 million people. Now, the line is just one part of Saudi Arabia's controversial $500 billion NEOM megacity project.
So I wanted to show you guys this video of this smart city that Saudi Arabia has been building over in the desert over there, because this has a lot to do with this $600 billion investment that just happened between America and Saudi Arabia, and it actually also benefits Israel. So right in here, talks about nearly 142 billion for defense, but 20 billion for AI and energy infrastructure, because as I stated, when Donald Trump came in office, he signed the executive order for the AI infrastructure bill that continues. This is all tied to Agenda 2030. Here recently, individuals thought that Donald Trump was stepping away from Benjamin Netanyahu pertaining to this meeting that took place, even though on May 5th, Donald Trump sent Benjamin Netanyahu everything that he needed to finish the job of what's going on over there. If you haven't heard of this, I want you to go ahead and look at this map, because the plan for that area is actually the Greater Israeli Project. And if you look at this smart city project that they're doing, kind of fills all this in, and then that long extension or that long city, and it's ultimately there's going to be a railway going in through there. And this is why Donald Trump posted the AI video footage of Trump Gaza with Benjamin Netanyahu, Trump, Elon Musk throwing up money in the air, the golden age. Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu unveils regional plan to build a massive free trade zone with rail system to Nome, right here. Yeah, you guys remember this video? That was the whole intention and purpose of what they were going to turn Gaza into after they've basically destroyed everything over there and killed half of the population. And they were trying to deny this for a while, that this is even happening, but according to Israel's official, Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed hosted Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo in Neom, the futuristic techno city in northwest Saudi Arabia that symbolizes the Crown Prince's plans to remake the kingdom's economy. They have satellite images showing this palace emerging at world's biggest construction site over there in the desert. And with smart cities, or digital prisons is basically what they are. You also have things like Neuralink, competitor Paradromics secures investment from Saudi Arabia's NEOM. That's why Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, Elon Musk are all a part of these meetings and deals that are taking place. NEOM, the smart city built from scratch in the Arabian desert. Yeah, they also had these talks at Davos where the WEF globalists come together and discuss these types of things about the plans for the future or the world. Saudi Arabia hires startup to develop brain computer control implants, all a part of what's going on with that. This is kind of a visual, an AI visual of what it's going to look like from the outside. You also have BlackRock that is very much involved in this deal and what is taking place. So it says business leaders at the investment forum, including Larry Fink, the CEO of asset management firm BlackRock, Stephen A. Schwarzman, CEO of asset manager Blackstone, and Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, I think his name. But it says business leaders at the investment forum include Larry Fink, the CEO of asset management firm BlackRock, Stephen A. Schwarzman, CEO of asset manager Blackstone, and Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. Continues to say Musk chatted briefly with both Trump and the Crown Prince, who is otherwise known as MBS, during a palace reception for the U.S. president. Top U.S. businessmen, including Musk, the Tesla and SpaceX chief, and OpenAI CEO Sam Altman, joined Trump for a lunch with MBS. MBS has focused on diversifying the Saudi economy in a major reform program dubbed Vision 2030. That includes giga projects such as Nome, a futuristic city the size of Belgium. Oil generated 62% of Saudi government revenue last year. So just like anything, when deals are being made, there's always something required back. So they're very much going to use American taxpayer dollars to fund this digital prison. That's what we need to call it. That's why Trump put up this tweet a while back. The Gaza Strip would be turned over to the United States by Israel at the conclusion of the fighting, because it's all about peace and security and all these types of things. And as I just showed you, this is very much a part of the greater Israeli project, to where Israel is very much a part of this deal and the railway system and trading and all those types of things. By the way, everybody's cheering about the sanctions being lifted on Syria. Once again, how quickly you guys forget what is happening in Syria. And the leader of Syria, who the United States and Israel helped take out the Syrian government, once had a $10 million bounty on his head because he was the leader of Al-Qaeda. And they overthrew the government over there, and then everybody's been hearing about Alawites, minorities, and Christians being slaughtered over there by that individual. That's who Donald Trump just removed sanctions from over there, that people are cheering on right now. They can keep popping their gums with the speech of the golden age that somehow is insinuating that it's for us. But it's very much for these individuals, and they're all in the same club, and you are not a part of that. I wish people would get that through their thick skulls, but they won't. Nonetheless, I wanted to show this to you. Have a good one.